Apple replaced my iPhone battery for $29. Hey guys, happy 2019, happy new year. I'm back with some more videos. Now, to start out 2019, I wanted to do an update to a video I did in December about the Apple battery replacement program, the $29 battery replacement. So if you haven't seen that video, up until December 31st, 2018, Apple had a program where you could get a new battery for your iPhone for $29. That was a discounted price, and that was in response to this issue that they had in 2017 where people found out that they were slowing down your iPhone with a software update and not telling you about it. Now, Apple claims the reason that they were slowing down the phones was because in the older phones, when the battery wasn't at full capacity, sometimes it wouldn't be able to put out enough power to keep the phone running, and it would cause the phones to shut down. Now, you know what everybody else was claiming? Everybody else was claiming Apple was slowing down the iPhones to make you feel like it was time to buy a new iPhone. So regardless of what you think or what was actually true, whether it was one or the other or a little bit of both, Apple did two things. One, they made a change in the settings in the software where there's a switch. You can see whether or not they're slowing down the phone to preserve the battery settings or so that you don't so the phone doesn't shut down. At least I think there is. That's what I recall. But the second thing they did was they came out with this $29 battery replacement program where you could go to the Apple Store or send in your phone to Apple and get a brand new battery installed by Apple for $29. I think that's a really good deal because I think it would actually cost you more to just buy a battery online and have to do it yourself. And then in this case, you're getting Apple to replace the battery, and they're replacing it with an Apple battery. I had decided in December I was going to do both my phones, my iPhone 6S, which is a few years old, and then my iPhone 10. I had appointments to get the batteries changed for a couple days after I made that video in December. But what happened was I had to change my schedule. And even though I was in the Apple Store that day, I wasn't going to be able to wait around for my batteries to be replaced. So I had to reschedule. I went in December, the week after Christmas. So just before the new year, the store was packed. There was so many people in there getting battery replacements. Now, a couple changes. I had decided not to get the battery replaced in my iPhone 6S. And the reason for that is I'm going to do something else with this phone, and I'll be talking about that in an upcoming video. So I decided not to spend the money on the battery replacement for that phone, and I would do the iPhone 10. Now, the iPhone 10 is only a year old. When they measured the battery capacity of it, they said it was at 95%. But I just figured I might pass this phone to my wife at some point. I could get the new battery for $29. Now, after December 31st, 2018, the price of the battery replacements were going to go up. And for the iPhone 6S, it would go, I think, from $29 to $49. But for the iPhone 10, it was going to go from $29 to $80, $79. So I figured, well, what the heck? I'll get the battery replaced now, and it'll be at 100%. Now, I'm not sure whether or not I could notice a difference in the capacity of the battery on the iPhone 10. They said it was at 95%. Turns out I use the phone a lot more at home now. I had given my iPad to my wife because she was using one that was so horribly slow. Now, when I got to the Apple Store, it was packed. Like I said, there was tons of people in there. Talked to a couple of the employees, and they said that it's been crazy with people coming in to get batteries. And I checked in and they said, well, we only have 2 iPhone 10 batteries in stock and it's not time for your appointment yet. So we'll reserve one of these batteries for you since you're here so you don't wait around only to find out that we don't have the battery anymore. And while I was waiting, there was lots of people with iPhone 6s or iPhone 6Ss. They didn't have batteries for those people. So what happens is they'd have to order a battery for those people, and then they hold that battery for you. They, I guess, contact you when it comes in, and you had like 7 or 15 days to come back and get the battery replaced at the discounted price. So you would still get the battery for $29, even though you were getting it replaced in the new year. And when it was my time to get the battery replaced, they couldn't find the battery. They said, oh, well, it says we have 2, but we don't know where they are. I was getting ready to leave the store. I was about 30 seconds away from walking out of the store, but the rep was still with me. And then another service tech came over and handed them the battery. So I guess the way they do it is that when they check you in and do the work authorization for the battery, somebody brings out the battery to whoever's helping you. And then that person takes the phone and the battery into the back And then I don't know if they changed it or if they just have, probably had somebody chained to a desk somewhere changing all these batteries. But anyway, they said it would be about an hour, and it was. It was an hour. They replaced the battery. The phone seems fine. Don't see any damage to the phone. All right, guys, I wanted to give you that update about the battery replacement program. Actually, I just wanted to kick off the new year with a video, and I was trying out this new setup here. You can see maybe if you might notice, I've changed the camera angle a little bit. So I wanted to try that out and see how that was to work with. Made some other changes with my setup. So that's going to be it for this video. Happy 2019. And I'll be back with a bunch of other videos. I got a bunch of unboxing videos to do of stuff that I bought that's still sitting here in boxes and I'd actually like to use. So that's going to be it. And thanks for watching.